Okay.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Curtis Wallace.
Curtis Wallace. Curtis, why did you leave school? Why didn't you go to school?
I was older. I was like 16, 17 years old, and I was in the 11th grade. How did I get there? I don't know, but I know something was wrong there. So, because I knew I didn't belong there. So, I'm saying to myself, I got one more year to go.
Can you just speak up?
It didn't make any sense. You know, the whole thing didn't make no sense. So, I went to work. I left.
You left.
What school? Can you just tell the camera, like what school you went to
in Boston. I came to Boston 1972. And the first school was the Loomberg in Mattapan. And then after that was John W. McCormick. Then after that was the Boston Trade, and then Roxbury High. Each school was like for about maybe 1 year. Kept going to different schools in each year, trying to feel out which school would be the best. Then all of a sudden came the Boston Trade was the best one that I liked. So I stayed there for like 2.5 years.
So
and that's when I dropped out. After 2.5 years, I see I wasn't going nowhere because I would never ask for help, stuff like that.
So your reason of leaving school, technically, you was not getting help.
No help.
No help from nobody.
No help.
So what would you say? Was you like pushed out of school, or did you dropped out?
Dropped out.
Dropped out.
Yeah, I dropped out.
You dropped out.
Yeah, because I was in the 11th grade. I don't know how I got there. I didn't know anything at all. Anything at all. The reading that I do right now, I taught myself that. Because I was so far behind that,
So you just feel like your way into 11th grade was just rushed out. So you were just put there.
That's what that was, yeah. Rushed. Okay. Oh, yes. I was rushed out. Or whatever they call it, Some kind of system where you just keep moving along or something like that.
You just got passed on, even though you didn't feel like you got the right education?
I didn't. I didn't learn anything. Nobody didn't help me.
So how was the school structure? That's why you didn't learn anything.
I'm sorry.
What was going on in the school? That's why you didn't learn anything.
Well, back in them days, back in the 50s and the 60s, the school was really new to us in those days because we was just getting started with public schools, like around the 1900s, especially the 1940s and 30s. That's when blacks really started going to school. So when we got in there, there was a lot of things going on that was still not set up the proper way yet. So a lot of people, got to fall back.
So
a lot of people lost out.
So
it was almost like they was only looking out for the ones with the bright eyes that can really see everything and they can really do everything. But the ones that didn't have the bright eyes was a little bit unlucky. It was a little unlucky, so they wouldn't ask for help, so they was left out.
And were the schools you went to segregated? Did you feel like were there predominantly?
No, when I first started school, I was real good in school. I remember that the kindergarten and the second grade was real easy to me, and then after that, that's when everything went downhill. And as it went downhill, I noticed that it was too far downhill because I was up in these grades, and it just didn't work. I just got left behind. I was too far behind, so I sort of I gave up. I just let it go. I just stayed quiet. But I would still go to school every day.
So during that time, do you feel like, during your time of school, do you feel like teachers were targeting students? The administration was targeting students? Or students targeting students in school?
Targeting students?
Yeah, making
of course, yeah. Yeah, because I can go back when I was younger, like 7 years old. There was one teacher that her name was Miss Kate, and she was older, and she really looked like she needed to resign. And she really looked like she was really tired, and I could also tell that she had an alcoholic problem too. So she didn't seem like she was too good with us. I just remember her always sitting at her desk, sort of like sometimes dazed off, like she had problems, and sometimes she would drowsy, go to sleep, and there was a lot of stuff going on. especially back in those days, back in the 50s and the 60s, yeah, everything was a lot of corruption going on. So a lot of things didn't come out pure and perfect. A lot of things got mixed up.
Are there any similarities or certain things that you think that went on then that you still think go on now in schools?
Well, I'm 55 years old right now,
Yeah.
so it's been a long time since I.
Well, from what you might have heard from maybe some of the younger people or
Oh, yes,
stories that
yes,
like are
yes,
there
yeah.
like I mean that was a long time ago you went, but you know, are there the same issues that happen in
I believe so, because there's a lot of people that's still behind. A lot of people, and as I got older, that's when I started realizing there's a lot of people behind. I thought I was the only one. When I got older, I started seeing, wow, there's a lot of us. Wow, so that was like more signs and more ideas that, wow, a lot of us got left behind, and a lot of it came from, a lot of us not paying attention because we were so hyper when we was young, hyper in school, and I guess the teachers didn't like that, us being hyper, so they said if they want to be bad, then they'll learn when they get older. And that's what happened. It was hyper and it was bad, and we couldn't concentrate and stuff like that, and we got left behind.
Were your schools predominantly, the students you went with, predominantly African American?
No, it was black and white.
Oh, it was mixed.
Back in the 70s and the 60s, it was just black, white, and Puerto Ricans.
Okay. So they mixed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I grew up at the time where it was just black and whites and Puerto Ricans.
Okay.
You gotta know.
So you're NEBA, right? You're a little bit older and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's important to have programs like this? Like an all.
The way the world is nowadays.
Yeah.
Wow, and everything is all changed. Everything is different. Have to have that now. Don't have that now, end up in a shelter and you be just waiting to die. You won't have anything at all, anything. So nowadays, being without an education is no good now. No good.
And why do people who make mistakes deserve a second chance?
Some people made mistakes. Some people really didn't make mistakes. They just got unlucky, unfortunately, and just got left behind. But those are ones do deserve to have another chance. The ones that was really not their fault. They was not really to blame for it. I think those should be the ones that get another chance. But the ones that was really hyper and didn't really care, and they older now and they still feel the same way, that they still don't care. Those are the ones that don't need the help. I think those are the ones that's tired, fed up, disgusted.
Okay. And so one of the things is like a lot of things that we've learned about is like a lot of people just quickly get suspended or expelled by the schools if they say they make a mistake or get into a fight or something. Do you feel like people should be automatically expelled or suspended, or should there be a different way to deal with that?
A different way.
And what's that different way look like?
Somebody needs to discipline them a little bit more and let them know what's going on, because they might not really know what's going on. So it's going to be easy for them to make mistakes. Plus, they're going to be unhappy anyways. There's been a lot of things going on in their life and at home. So they're not going to care. They're not going to care. They're going to need counseling or a leader or somebody to show them the way.
Okay. Cool. I think that's it. Thank
Okay,
you.
you good?